Hello, Evgen. How are you today?
Nice weather in Odessa.
Yeah, that's good. So, yeah, please.
Thank you for giving me the floor.
Oh, yeah, well, thank you. We are happy to have you here. So, Evgen's presentation will be to EVM-based token standard for ensuring non-custodial recurring payments. This work is a part of the work which was mentioned yesterday by Gora as part of the work IEEE Standards Association working group P223028, like recurring transactions on distributed ledger technology. So this research is kind of going. Basically, this is the part of the work which we are doing in this direction. Evgen, the virtual stage is yours. You are most welcome to start. Thank you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here today. My name is Evgen Leonchik, and I represent the Waterfall team. I am here today to present a concept of token standard aimed at ensuring the implementation of recurring payments on decentralized platforms utilizing the Ethereum virtual machine, so-called EVM. Automatic periodic payments, including subscription-based services, have gained significant traction in traditional fiat money industries due to their various advantages they offer to both service providers and customers. However, current distributed ledger technologies lack inherent non-custodial mechanism to support such payment schemes. In this study, we propose an approach implemented through a smart contract that issues tokens on EVM-based networks. My presentation will focus on three major issues. The first part contains an introduction, including the problem faced with current systems. Further, we will consider the logic of the payment platform and the implementation of smart contracts. Distributed ledger technology has transformed modern computer systems by offering comprehensive infrastructures for supporting applications. Decentralized applications have gained popularity across social and business sectors due to their transparency, logic consistency, low entry threshold, and cost effectiveness compared to traditional services. The financial industry's shift to decentralized finance, so-called DeFi, has experienced impressive expansion marked by higher investments and more users joining in. New protocols have appeared aiming to make decentralized applications more convenient and widely adopted in the digital economy. On this slide, one can see remarkable growth in the daily number of DeFi users worldwide. Nowadays, the Ethereum network stands out of the most popular platforms for implementing smart contracts. Let's move on the problem statement. Crypto wallet users lack a convenient, fast, and efficient way to make and receive recurring payments with minimal transaction fees. So, such payments might include regular payrolls, taxes, rental payments, insurance, and other subscription-based services that are highly profitable business models. Moreover, users must have full control of their funds. So the prime goal of this work is to present recurring payment methods for convenient use and savings on transaction fees, which can be applied to a wide range of public decentralized networks supporting EVM as an extension of the ERC-20 and ERC-777 Ethereum token standards. Now let me present the current status of this issue. One fundamental aspect of financial accounting on a distributed ledger is the transfer of funds. Cryptocurrency payments are traditionally reliant on the assumption that the initiator of the payment is the rightful owner of the wallet. However, in certain custodial scenarios where funds are held, there exists a technical possibility to manipulate those funds without the explicit consent of their true owner. Centralized crypto exchanges provide automatic cryptocurrency payments using credit cards, crypto, and fiat wallets. However, these solutions are custodial and they lack of benefits of transparency and security. FTX collapse reminds us that the rule, not your keys, not your crypto, can be neglected. In turn, Visa presents its own non-custodial approach for providing recurring payments. The proposed approach is under active development and its specification could be subject to change in the future. In our previous work, we tentatively concluded that a new token could potentially enable non-custodial recurring payments. Now, our conception of such an entirely new token standard is conducted in the framework of the IEEE project, the recurring transaction on the distributed ledger technologies. So let's take a look at payment logic design, and we start with general provisions. From the diagram on the right, it can be seen how financial information is processed on a decentralized platform. We introduce a new type of transaction, deferred transaction. It's a regular smart contract call, complete with a date and timestamp when this call should be made. By themselves, deferred transactions may not be executed in the system if there is no corresponding user request. However, they are a convenient abstraction for understanding the implementation of recurring payments. This leads us to the next slide, which will discuss the possibility of making payments. To effectively solve the problem of making recurring payments and recalculating the network state, we use a special queue structure with a priority. Deferred virtual transaction priority queue associated with each pair. The timeline is used as a priority in the queue. That's all the data has a higher priority for processing. The queue is filled with objects that specify next payments. Let's move on to the next slide to consider more details. The figure on this slide shows how deferred transactions are placed in the virtual transaction queue. Let Alice sends Bob 100 tokens weekly from June 12 to June 30. The queue contains the closest virtual transaction for June 12, which contains a link to the original transaction with the amount, continuation, condition, and frequency. After its execution, the criterion for continuing the transaction is checked, and a new virtual transaction dated June 19 is placed in the priority queue. Finally, the last virtual transaction is dated June 26. So we are coming to the next point: who pays for gas and how. There are three options presented in our work, and we gave them such names. Thus, then building a standard, it's necessary to decide on a single choice of the algorithm. Now, one moment. Let's briefly discuss the implementation. The payment scheme designed above is implemented as a smart contract which operates on the Ethereum network or any compatible system equipped with the virtual machine that supports smart contracts. To ensure backward compatibility, two distinct smart contracts were developed, adhering to the ERC-20 and ERC-777 Ethereum standards respectively. Both the source code and the test results are publicly available in our research team's GitHub repository at the link that you can see on the slide. So, well, let's sum things up. We proposed new type of token can be considered as an evolution of payment system for creating traditional finance products on decentralized public networks. The main advantages are, first, elimination of recurring manual payments every billing period. Second, convenience and ease of use, as well as significantly lower transaction fees. I remind you that the research was conducted in the framework of the open source IEEE project, so feel free to join us. Please, welcome. That's all I wanted to say about ensuring non-custodial recurring payments with an EVM-based token. I'd like to thank you all for your attention and interest, and thank you for supporting Ukraine. And now I'll be happy to answer any question you may have. Thank you.
Well, Evgen, thank you so much for this presentation. Let's see if somebody in audience have any questions. So yeah, there is one question. So basically, such a token, is it only usable on Ethereum network, or there could be other networks which are able to use it?
Thank you for a question. About 80% of the centralized networks from the top 10 are EVM compatible. For example, Binance Smart Chain, Tron, Polygon, Avalanche, and many others. So definitely this token can be implemented there. In addition to Ethereum-based platforms, from our point of view, the presented approach could be implemented in most other systems that support smart contracts.
Okay, thank you so much. There is another question. Why just not using ERC20 token?
Because there are no recurring payments. We add a new feature to this standard, which extend it.
So basically, you are saying that some of the operations which are necessary for payments to be recurring are not available for ERC20 token.
Yes, right? You're right, yes.
So basically, you are not able to use your ERC20 token for such operations.
Even for ERC777 standard token, it's not available.
ERC777 is not possible to do this. Okay, so let's go to another question. How fast will the payments be made? Is it safe? And are you planning to enter the market? So is it just a theoretical research, or you are planning some?
Now research is under construction, is process. This project is an open source project. Join us to help.
Got it. Okay, so also another question. Please repeat what non-custodial properties your solution has. So why do you say it is non-custodial?
Yes. First of all, elimination of recurring manual payments every billing period, as well as convenience and ease of use and significantly lower transaction fees.
So let me probably rephrase the question, because it maybe not fully addresses it. Basically, when we are talking about custodial solution, we are talking about some centralized entity who is organizing this. And by the way, recurring payments are not a problem for custodial for custodial approach. So basically you have some centralized entity which is making the decision. Okay, this payment should be made right now, this payment should be made tomorrow, this payment should be made in a couple of hours, etc. Non-custodial usually means that there is no such centralized entity. So the question probably should be asked whether this solution have this kind of centralized point. Maybe you rely to some oracle, maybe you rely to some centralized entity who will provide in the commands when the payment should be made, etc. Do you have any of those?
No centralized points. We rely on smart contract logic, decentralized logic.
So basically, you don't rely to any central entity to make any decision about the
ordinary smart contracts.
Okay, understood. Does anyone have any other questions? So, Yevgen, I think this is it. Thank you so much for being with us, and I wish you to have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.